Allegiance.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning and welcome to Friday at LHS. Today we are joined by special guest, Mr. Charlie Brown.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Colton Clabough. They're here to speak to us about the LHS bass team and specifically some awesome things that this one did last week. And we're also here, I want to thank them and you for joining us for this edition for the LHS News Magazine Morning Show for today, Friday, October 24th, 2025. Just a few announcements before we get to what we want to talk about today. For that, it's once again Football Friday. The Redskins are back at home at LHS tonight to take on Signal Mountain High School. It's a big district region matchup. Let's get out tonight, support everyone involved, band, ROTC, all of them, okay, for tonight's game. And tonight's theme is, what is it, like Halloween costume night? All right, get out. Let's do it. Last call for FCA Fields of Faith. It is Sunday, this Sunday, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Lenore City High School football field. If you need a bus, if you need a transportation to get there, you need to see Mr. T today, okay? You need to see Coach T in the ISS room, and he will help you out with the bus to Lenore City. Roan State is giving away Loudon High School T-shirts to our seniors. Seniors scan the QR code posted in guidance or anywhere around the building. I've seen several of them. You need to do that by Wednesday of next week, okay? There is a mandatory meeting for boys soccer players today during second skinny. For some of you, that is like now. Okay, that's in Coach Hughes' room to discuss schedules, grades, workouts, etc. Soccer players attending the meeting will need to go to first lunch. So if you're a soccer player and you plan on going to that meeting and you hadn't got to lunch yet, you need to do that, please. Talk to your teacher about it. They'll understand. Students applying to be part of the National Honor Society, please remember that your applications are due, get this, by 11:59 p.m. this Sunday. Okay, National Honor Society folks, if you're planning on applying, 11:59 p.m. this Sunday. I love the precision. I like that. Okay, your teacher evaluations must be done before Monday. That's this Monday. Okay, by Monday at the end of the day, see Miss Hicks or Miss Waldron with any questions for National Honor Society. Miss Brewster will be hosting Student Council next week on Monday. That's the next day we're at school. All officers are expected to attend, but all of you students are welcome there. Miss Brewster will also be hosting tutoring on Tuesday, October 28th. If you're an athlete and are falling behind, or if you're anybody, just need to make up a test, need a quiet place to study or read, please stop by Miss Brewster's room in Conquest Hall from 3:15 to 4:15 for tutoring. She'd love to help. With that, on to Colton and Mr. Brown. We're going to talk about the bass team. First of all, before we get into anything else, we can talk about anything you guys want, but you guys had a big weekend just recently. What happened at the last bass tournament that you were at, sir?
We won first place.
You won first place. I love it. And you fished where?
Old Hickory.
Okay, Old Hickory Lake, and that was a place that you had never fished before, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so you had never fished there. And that's a big deal in fishing, right? It helps to know the area, right? So you didn't. What did you know? What did you do? How did you know what to look for on that lake?
We just fished what we know best.
What's that?
Fishing structure.
Okay. Now, I'm ignorant. Probably they are too, as far as fishing goes. What does that mean? Fishing structure. Give us a little bit more detail on that.
Like fishing trees and logs and stuff.
Gotcha.
Flats.
Gotcha. And so, I mean, there's more technique. Don't laugh, okay, because they don't know, and I'm not real good with it either. There's more technique to fishing than just going out to a big body of water and throwing something in there, right? And so you're saying like trees up close to the bank, piers, things like that. Does that help or usually?
Yeah.
What else helps find fish?
Knowledge,
obviously. You guys have to. Are you guys allowed to use? Another question: are you guys allowed to use whatever they're called, fish finders, right? Radar.
Oh,
they are.
Yeah, we're allowed to use. We do have some
regulations, like we can't have a certain amount of screen sizes and stuff. We are allowed one forward-facing sonar transducer, but yeah, we can use your most recent technologies that's out there as long as we stay within that 50-inch screen size limit.
What did you use? What bait did you use?
Jig and a rattle trap.
Okay, is that your favorite, or is that just what works best at that particular area?
That's just what we used on the structure there.
Okay. Now, you said you won. That's huge. About how many guys?
How many boats?
Yeah.
There was overall there was right at, I think, 160 high school boats, and about, if I remember correctly, close to 30 high schools competing to come up. It's also a state tournament. It's the best of the best. It's not a local deal. That's the best of the best.
So let's think about that for just a second. 30 high schools. There's not many competitions which you guys can think of, especially if you're athletes, where you're competing against 30 different high schools at the same time. You got the W. Okay, he got the win. He won first place. Okay, not just like we got this little technicality. Won the whole thing. Okay, you also won, on top of winning the whole thing, you won the Big Fish Award. What does that mean? Obviously, it means the biggest fish. But how much did your fish weigh?
5 pounds, 12 ounces.
Okay, some people might be thinking 5 pounds. Well, that's not much. Well, what kind of fish was it?
Largemouth bass.
And what does with your hands, how big is that as you're holding that thing up?
Probably like that.
No.
Okay.
You gotta be. It's a fishing material. It's this big.
Yeah. Okay. No, seriously. So I mean, I saw a picture of it. It was
big,
huge, man. So that's a big.
Yeah,
catch.
that's a really good fish, especially in that lake. Of course, we didn't know this till later, of course, but it's not known for big monster bass, and so
that would be considered a monster. For
absolutely.
This area, monster. Okay.
Even this area, yes, that's a good bass, and especially there, that was a big deal because I think the closest largemouth or the closest big fish that was weighed in for that tournament, I don't think it passed 4 pounds. And for them to come out there and that was dominant, you know.
So won by over 20%. If you're a good math person,
absolutely.
That's a pound less than what he had, more than a pound less. So he's 23% better than anyone else on the lake. Amazing. And for that first place, just the first place, can you remember all the things that you won?
Yeah, we got $1,000 and plaques.
Yes,
$1,000 plaques. There's one other thing you're leaving out.
Oh, and the big fish.
Well, not the big fish. Wasn't there a scholarship?
Yeah, the $1,000 was a scholarship.
$1,000 was a scholarship. Okay, the $1,000 scholarship, and then you won the big fish, which we talked about. What was that? How much? What was that?
$250.
Great, yeah.
$250. Hey, if anybody's wanting to go out, if you're wanting to get something good to eat, my man here's got some cash on him. So man, good job. Proud of you there. All right. Anything else you want to talk about? You want to talk just real quick generally about the bass team? Is it it's probably what do you need to do? So we're talking to almost 800 people. What do they if they're like, whoa, I didn't even know we had this, or I want to try something like this. I want to make some money. What do they need to do?
Well, one of the biggest things about the bass team and the whole sport is it is year-round, and there's not necessarily a hard deadline. So we're closing up on the second or the first half of the season. So if there's anybody still interested, any of you guys out there want to join the bass team still, come see me. There's still plenty of time to get you in there and where you can still jump in, be successful, and have fun on the water.
Yeah. There's some things that go along with it, and we'll just deal with that individually. But there's some things you have to do.
There's some things.
But if you're interested, he's the man to see, and he can tell you what you need and some of the things you need to think about before you become a member of the bass team. All right, so we do a thing when we do interviews. It's called the lightning round. Okay, you're involved too. You're not getting off the hook. Okay, the lightning round is this. I'm going to give you a statement. I'm going to give you a question. The first thing comes to your mind, you say it. I made it easy for you guys because it is the LHS lightning round fishing version. You ready?
Nice.
You ready? Yes. Yes, I'm ready. You get to start. Favorite lure for catching largemouth bass?
Spook.
A what?
Spook.
Okay, spook.
My favorite? Well, coincidentally, it has been here late. One of my favorites go-to has been the spook.
Okay, I'll have to look that up. Go-to bait, live or artificial?
During tournaments, we have to use artificial. But if I'm out having fun, it's going to be live bait.
Artificial.
Artificial. Okay, back to you. Favorite fishing spot? Don't worry, nobody's going to tell. Chickamauga Dam?
No, it's the lake.
Lake.
Yeah.
Where? Okay, is that Chattanooga area or is that somewhere
It's close.
else?
It's right below Watts Bar Lake.
Okay. Favorite?
My favorite lake is probably going to be Nickajack, which
Okay.
is 2 lakes down from here.
Middle Tennessee-ish?
No, it's below Chattanooga.
Oh,
right
yeah,
there
yeah,
at the
yeah.
Georgia line.
Gotcha. Catch and release or catch and cook?
For bass fishing, it's absolutely catch and release. If other things like walleye, it's getting in the frying pan.
Catch and release or catch and cook?
Release.
Catch and release. All right. Have you ever mounted one on the wall? Have you ever mounted one on the wall? You never have? Okay. We'll talk about that. Is that just not a thing? Cold water or warm water fishing?
Probably warm.
Me, I like it when it's cold. I like when that water gets cold, that top water about gets going. Love it.
Most memorable catch?
My most memorable catch.
No lying.
Going to sound a little cliche, sorry, but it's kind of what got the whole bass team started. I was out on a little bitty $5 John boat. Me, my son, my wife, and Anna, when she was little, I caught probably a 6-pound largemouth, and that's what got Brad hooked into bass fishing, and that turned into what we're doing right now.
Love it. 6 pound. I don't know. Most memorable catch the other day?
Probably catching a 5-pound bass on a bed at Chick.
Okay. All right. Dream fishing destination. If I told you could go anywhere.
Texas.
Texas.
That is a good one. I'm gonna have to agree with that. There's a couple lakes out in Texas that got some really big ones. I'd love to get out to.
Is there any? Let's go off the track for just a second. Any interest in deep sea?
Yeah, actually, I'd love to. It's just if never been able to do it, I'd love to get out there.
So if I said total dream, would it be one of those or still freshwater?
I'm still going to have to stick to freshwater.
Okay.
I like the freshwater.
Who taught you to fish?
That'd be my dad, my papa.
Who taught you to fish?
My dad.
Okay. Last one. One fishing superstition that you do believe in.
Oh, this is funny.
What's that?
Like, what's bad luck?
Why don't you? Let's start with you on that one.
I don't really believe in luck, but one of the ones that really is so funny that makes no sense in the bass fishing world is do not put a banana in a boat.
Okay.
Don't ask me why.
Do you believe in that one?
No.
Okay. So you really don't believe in any of them?
Yeah, I'm not very superstitious, but there's so many people that are, and if you jump on a boat with a banana in your lunchbox, you're going to get thrown in the water.
Okay. Now that he said that, anything come to your mind?
Maybe trust your gut.
Okay. Trust your gut.
I always trust you good.
All right. With that, guys, thank you so much for being on. I know that you probably did not want to do this, and this is the furthest thing that you're comfortable with, but I appreciate you, Colton. Good job, man. It is hard to do, to be on here behind these lights and behind these folks that are staring at us. As usual, thanks to those that are on the other side of the camera. Without them, we couldn't do this. Without you, we can't do Loudon High School. Saying that, it's Friday. We've had a pretty decent week. I'm going to say this. Today has started kind of weird, okay? Let's smooth it out. Let's make things finish the right way. We've got some really neat things going on with the the thing out in the courtyard, whatever we're calling the UT tailgate, the UT tailgate thing. Enjoy yourself today, but get things done, okay? Remember, we got to do school while you're here. With that said, it's a Friday. Have a fantastic one. We will. We hope you'll join us.